What's going on, guys? It's Garrett Henderson, your electrician friend, and I've got an amazing gift for you today. I'm going to give you a trade secret away that a lot of you know and a lot of you do not know. And it's a commercial lighting project. It's not a project, it's a repair. It's an emergency call. And for something so simple, there are several components involved that we need to test and check. And it's for a very important customer, so I'm going to try and keep the camera down, and I'm going to try and show you through my meta glasses what I'm doing to troubleshoot it. And I guarantee that this video is going to help a lot of you. And some of you will never do commercial lighting, but if you do, this will help you and help your apprentices. So stand by. It might be a little choppy of a video, but this is a gift from me to you. And I'll see you in a little bit. All right, I have to lower my voice, and I really don't want to give away the location on it. So this is a very high-end company, and the issue is they don't have the lights that are working. So I want to go over a quick tip for you guys. Okay, so the issue here is these lights don't work. And Chris, if you could help me, you can see the light switch is on, right? Yeah. Now, in these type of commercial lighting, it's very sophisticated. Some of these architects really go crazy with lighting controls. In fact, to even dim, there's multiple technologies behind dimming and even turning on and off. A lot of times things go from 0 to 10 volt. I don't want to confuse you all on that. But commercial lighting is a very profitable and it's a great way for you to expand your business. Now, what I'm going to be looking for is a power pack. This is a power pack that's going to work with a motion sensor. So the motion sensor is not working in this room. There's the motion sensor right there, okay? So I can tell by that not being powered on, I can see it's not working, it's not seeing me, and 99.9% of the time it's this device. Now what this device does, this device has a built-in transformer. This is going to take the 277 volt, because again, we're in a commercial area, it's 277 volt. So we're going to connect the 277 volt here, and this is universal. That's why it's black and not orange. So black and white is my 277. I'm also going to connect one side of the dry contact to it, and then the light fixture is going to be connected to here. And then the low voltage side is connected to the sensor. So this will go into a box in the ceiling. So what we're going to do now is, again, I'm only making this video to help you guys out. This is just a tip. A lot of you guys know this, but a lot of you don't. And I'm teaching my son who's got the camera. So you can see power still comes into the light switch. So they can turn it on or off, right? The light. But this will also feed this power pack, which can go bad. And then this guy, whoever's sitting here, that sensor will sense them. They will be picked up on these low voltage wires, and then these will close. Boom, it'll allow the light to go on. Okay, so stand by, I'm gonna give you a little bit more.
Thanks.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is look above the ceiling to find the junction box that's gonna have it. So there's a tip to raise a ceiling towel. Chris, go ahead. Always use your fists. Don't use your hands, because you could put fingerprints on it. So try to use your fists instead of your fingers, because you'll leave your oils on your fingers. Because when you're in a commercial building, it's about, they don't care what you do, they just want it to work and they want it neat and clean. Stand by. Okay, so this is the wall sensor. That's the low voltage wire that goes. Well, you can follow that wire around and you'll see over there on that junction box is the device, and that's where it's going to be plugged in. So that's where we need to go. Okay, so we're underneath it now, and this was a nice job, and it tells us exactly which circuit it is. It's saying it's circuit 3A from panel H, or it's panel HLP 3A circuit number 16. And we're going to replace this device. So what I would recommend is you take a picture. You take a picture, open up the tape, pull the wires down, you take a picture so that you don't get this confused. It's a very simple job, guys, but again, if you haven't done it, you might be a little confused. Stand by. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. Now, there's a switch, and since this is a small room, what they did was they ran a single wire down the switch, okay? So they came off the hot side. This is the hot 277. and they went down to the switch and back up. That's why this is white. Now this should have a little bit of tape on it to identify that this is a hot wire, but they didn't do that. But this is the output. So I've got my power feed in, and then my output to the light. Okay, so we're going to what I'm going to do first is disconnect this, and I'm going to reconnect it here, and then I'm going to put it in. Okay, stand by. Okay, so the first thing I did was I just reconnected the new device to the low voltage and disconnect that low voltage. Now we'll tackle the line voltage. So the first thing we did was turn the circuit and the light switch off to make sure there's no power. Okay, so here's the original one, and you can see again, this is a dry contact. The red is the dry contact. So you can control virtually anything, okay, with a motion sensor. If you want it to be a push button, if you want it to be lighting, anything that you want to have something controlled like a switch, but this is just controlled by the low voltage sensor. So the voltage, the line voltage, was attached to one side of the dry contactor. Right? Mm-hmm. So now that goes to the power. Here's my neutral, and this goes to the light. Right?
Yeah.
So the light switch has to be on, circuit has to be on, and someone needs to be in front of that motion light and the motion sensor for this to turn on. And again, so this part goes in the box. These are protected wiring because it's class A wiring, mm-hmm. and then the low voltage, I forget what class it is, can be exposed with just wire nuts. I'll see you in a little bit.
Sounds good. Make sure your power pack is rated, guys, before buying. So make sure 120, 277, universal. Make sure you get that right power pack.
Okay, so I put a little flag piece of tape on there to identify that that's the switch leg coming up out of the switch. So I've got the output there. There's my neutral, and then I have my two hots, the one side of the dry contact and the power for the device, and now we can test it. Okay, got the system back on, everything is working, and remember, this low voltage just stays exposed like that. That's okay. This is low voltage, it's between 12 and 24 volt, and the light's on. So yeah, now the sensor is working, and here is the light fixtures. And then, Chris, if you turn that light switch off, manually, it still works manually, which is nice. So turn the light switch on, and then again, it needs to see sensor on that sensor. When I move my hand, that device will sense me. All right, so I hope you appreciated this little video. I'm teaching my son. I figured I would teach you. So commercial lighting is much more sophisticated than you think. This is just a small example. Follow me for more tips, because if they needed to dim this, it's a whole nother system. You just, not like at your home where you have a slide dimmer. These work totally different. In fact, you need power to just turn off a dimmer in commercial lighting. It's Garrett Henderson. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you with my beautiful haircut on the next one.
See you in the next one.
See ya. Andy the Sparky.
Let's go.
Pack it up.